Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Oregon Ice Arena for tonight's home opener between the visiting McFarland Spartans and your Oregon Panthers. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth as always by my partner, Dan Greatchuck. Dan, great to be with you for another hockey season.
Always good to be back, Zach.
It sure is. I had a lot of fun this spring, did baseball and softball, did football and volleyball in the fall, some early basketball already this winter, but nothing beats getting back to the rink for hockey. It's a new year, a new coach, and a new Panthers squad. Let's take a look at last year, talk a little bit about that, the 2017-2018 Panthers, as we get ready to see the 2018-2019 Panthers for the first time. Last year, 17-7 overall, good enough for second place in the Badger South behind perennial Badger South winners Madison Edgewood. There was a lot of talent on that team. All-state defenseman Carson Timberlake, Tyler Damon, Tyson Rohrer. They had a lot of good kids, a lot of good players.
They really did, especially in the first part of that season. And we saw that all culminate in that game against Edgewood. That was a heartbreaking overtime loss. But you got to see a skilled game played pretty much from beginning to end. They really looked like they were going to go as far as they could in the conference. They looked solid. They seemed confident. It just kind of broke down after that.
You mentioned that game, 5-4 overtime loss to Edgewood. It was an outstanding game. You and I both felt, and then Coach Mike Yachman told us after the game, he thought it was the best game they had played all season. They looked good. It did go downhill from there, unfortunately. Coach Yachman departed midway through the season. Tony Liebert, his assistant, took over as the interim head coach. And that took us to the game that I think really sums up last season, which was the Madison West game. 45 penalty minutes for the Panthers. A parent was ejected from the stands. It was just kind of an out-of-control game. And more importantly, the Panthers took their third game disqualification penalty, which excluded them from the playoffs that season. It was a tough way to end the season for the seniors, especially to end their Panther careers. And it showed where this team was at that time, I think.
It really did. Unfortunately, there were so many distractions in the locker room and off the ice that really carried on to the ice, and it affected them in a very negative way. That game against West, I've never seen refs actually tell people that they were going to clear the arena, which they talked about doing a couple times. And unfortunately, those kind of things kind of build and build and build. And frustration comes from that, and frustration leads to penalties. And the more penalties you take, obviously, the worse your team off is going to be. And we just saw that happen, and that really was, I think, the lowest moment for that team.
I think it was. Let's talk about the new team coming back. 11 seniors coming back, but not all of them have a ton of varsity experience. The big anchors, let's start with first on offense. Starts and ends with Zach Roscos. He's got 5 goals and an assist this season, including a hat trick in their opening game. That game was a 4-point game for him, good enough to set him to the century mark for his career as a Panther. He's got 102 points now coming into this game. He is unquestionably the leader on this offense and the player they're going to look to kind of ignite them throughout this whole season.
He really is, and I think the word you use to describe Roscoe's is consistency. You know consistently if you can get him the puck, he's going to make something happen, whether it be a good breakout, another quick pass, getting in front of the net, looking to find those openings, and that's what you want in a player like that is consistency, and he had it all the way.
Absolutely. On the defensive side, 2 names stick out to me in particular. First, Gage Shiljan, senior. He's been great since he's been on this team. Started off as a sophomore on varsity when his brother was here, and then as a senior. Gage is the definition of a stay-at-home defenseman. Not a two-way guy. You're not looking for him to get down low and play the puck on the offensive zone. But boy, does he ever lock down the blue line on his end.
Yeah, and when it comes to defensemen, you want a defenseman you don't talk about a lot because that means they're doing their job. If you're not hearing a lot of them during the game, it means that they're playing smart angles. They're giving enough room to the puck coming in so they're not biting at little deeks and dips. You want a defenseman that's smart, consistent, and also knows the angles, and he does very well.
One other player I want to talk about on the defensive side then is Matt Rush. Matt Rush, 6'3", 230 pounds, the biggest player on this Oregon team by a substantial margin. A physical guy, but not in a silly way. Doesn't deliver hits just for the sake of it, right? And that's something I think the Panthers got away from last season compared to 2 seasons ago when we know they were led by Lucas Hefty. The famous Hefty hip check, was something that was a big factor in their defensive success. Rush is a player that I think can achieve that kind of level this season if he can work with the coaches, work with his teammates, develop his skills a little bit.
Yeah, the biggest loss last season was Hefty. Not having him on the blue line was huge, and we saw it especially on power plays. That's where he was solid. And Rush needs to just step a little bit more forward and kind of fill a role like that, and I think he can. I think this is going to be a breakout season for him. I think we're going to see more from him, and there's going to be more expectations placed on him. And I think he's going to make good on that.
One thing we talked about with Coach Larry Clemens, and you'll hear in just a minute, is the fact that they have 3 starting goaltenders, or rather 3 goaltenders who can start, and they're still kind of feeling out who they want. You've got experience in between the pipes in Jacob Ayers and Hunter Newton, but newcomer Colton Daly, sophomore, got a start, 1-0, 29 shots on goal, only 1 goal allowed in that first start. Can't ask for much more than that, and it's a good problem to have when you have to decide between 3 goalies who can all get it done in net.
It really is, and Coach Clemens is, again, he's a goaltender. I've been lucky enough to watch him play. I played against him, I played with him, and I've also been taught by him in some of his clinics, so I'm very interested to see how the goaltending situation and the style of the goaltenders changes. I think that's going to be the focus for Larry, simply because, again, it's what he knows better than most. He also has a really solid hockey IQ, and that's something that's really hard to put your finger on. So seeing him, knowing that he knows the game so well, seeing how he's going to rotate the goaltenders, and then what changes we see, that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to, because, again, goaltending has never really been a problem for this team. They've been blessed with good goaltender after good goaltender after good goaltender. Absolutely.
Henry Roscoe, Zach's older brother, we saw 2 years ago, and then last year Jacob and Hunter, kind of the two-headed monster, did a great job for them. This year we'll see how Colton Daly fits in the mix. All right, let's send the camera down to the Squirts here. They're going to get on the ice, and at the same time for audio, we'll give you that interview we did with Coach Larry Clemens. Stay tuned to OCA Media.
Welcome back, everyone, to the pregame show. Zach Seeloff here with head coach Larry Clemens of the Oregon Panthers varsity hockey team. Coach Clemens, thanks for joining us. First season with the new team. What are you looking forward to in these games?
Just looking forward to kind of the culture change, what we're trying to embrace right now. We have a kind of a inexperienced team. I know we have 11 seniors, but there's some inexperience in it. Just learning, right? Trying to become our best hockey players in February.
Looking at the team, you mentioned the inexperience. Couple of big returning names I wanted to ask you about. Zach Roscoe on offense, Gage Shilchin on defense. Those are 2 guys we talked about a lot last season, have a lot of experience. Are you looking for them to step up as leaders, and who amongst the young guys are you looking to take that role as well?
Yeah, those 2 have been nominated captains for our team, and they're leaders in our locker room, leaders in practice, leaders on the ice. So far, Roscoe hasn't disappointed in games. Gage has been locking down kind of on the blue line side of things. Hasn't been fortunate enough with the point side yet, but it's coming. And then we have some younger guys, although Adam Franken's been fantastic. Huge plus for us on the power play. And he's been probably one of our best players, most consistent.
Outstanding.
All right, folks, we'll finish up with that interview with Coach Clemens at the first period intermission. We're going to get the starting lineups here and the introductions for the Oregon Panthers and the McFarland Spartans. Stay tuned to OCA Media.
starting lineup. Sorry about that. Starting at D for McFarland, number 2, Simeon Hummerene. Also at D, number 3, Chase Qualley. At wing, Jack McGinn. The other wing, number 21, Jack Fartson. And at center, number 28, Robert Chambeau. And for your Oregon Panthers, starting at team number 3, Hogan Schultz. Also starting at team number 12, Gage Shilton. Forward, number 8, Adam Franken. Also at forward, number 15, Laszlo Uros. From center, number 10, Zach Roscos. And in goal, number 29, Hunter Newton. And now please stand, remove your hats, with the hat down.
Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Dan Greatchuck with you in the booth as the Panthers are getting ready for their home opener here against the McFarland Spartans. Dan, it's our first time watching this new 2018-2019 squad. What do you want to see from them in this first period to get the home season started right?
Character. I think it really comes down to character. We want to make sure that the distractions that happened to this team last season aren't duplicated this season, and that everybody out there realizes that it's a clean slate. Let's go out there and play some good hockey. And I think that's what we're going to see this time around, or at least that's what I hope. And I'm really hoping we see a little bit different of a culture change in this team. And I think we're going to see a lot of that coming up in this first period.
Coach Larry Clemens mentioned it in the interview, and we'll get you that full interview at the first period intermission, and I am looking forward to the same. The head coach for the Panthers is Larry Clemens. He's assisted by Ted Barrand, Andy Barrand, Carl Vanko, and Josh Lair. The managers this year are Kendra Bell and Ruby Io, and the athletic trainer for the Panthers is Cindy Strike. For the McFarland Spartans, their head coach is Nick Tuma. He is assisted by Kurt Smith. Their managers are Peyton Benke, Julia McLaughlin, Kelsey Crinkley, and Olivia Schmidt, with their athletic trainer as Jay Hansen. So, we are ready to go. Hockey season back in force once again. Zach Roscos in the dot. McFarland wins the draw. And we are underway at the home opener of the Oregon Panthers. McFarland trying to move through center ice. Good challenges by the Panthers here early, right in front of their own bench. Neither team has gained possession thus far. That puck swatted away again, and the puck's still loose in middle ice. Just 20 seconds into this game. Early shot delivered by McFarland, and now they look to move through the center. Nice little reach in that time by Laszlo Rose. You and I have been watching Laszlo for 3 years. A freshman on varsity his first year, a junior now, and this is definitely the time for him to step up. Coach Clemens mentioned him in the interview, and we're seeing it early here.
Yeah, we really are, and he's been a big part of this team, both on the bench and on the ice, and we want to see that continue.
Adam Franken, one of the newcomers this season and one they like, gets the pass up. Nice move in by Shiljan. He and Franken will head off for a change as we get a total of 5 new skaters for the Panthers, and they work it underneath. Pass into the middle. There's Matt Strassman. Just can't quite get the handle on it. Nice pass from Myers. A shot and a score! Oh, my goodness! The Panthers bury it early. It's Colton Myers who had tried to feed Strassman in the center. They couldn't quite connect on that one, but they gather it back up, and it's 1-0 with less than a minute gone.
That was just a good heads-up play. Passing it back, went through the goalie's legs. Colton Myers was all alone. Just paintbrushed the puck into that far left corner. And that's the kind of gritty play we want to see early, and hopefully there's more of that to come.
Great work by the Panthers. Great offensive push early, and just 58 seconds in, Oregon enjoys a 1-0 advantage over Badger South Conference rival, the McFarland Spartans. This draw is won by the Panthers. It'll be taken by one of their newer players, Parker Schmidt. Schmidt with a little giveaway there in the defensive zone, but Newton able to turn one away. And the Panthers send it along. Schmidt again behind the net, wraps it around to the opposite side, this time to Pat McCormick. McCormick had a nice season last year, had a little bit of trouble with injury, but saw some minutes and did some work as a guy coming off the bench. 15:30 to play. That shot comes through and it gets trapped under Newton's pads. And I don't think Newton actually saw it when he covered it with the pads. Still took a little exception to the late whack there from McFarland, but nonetheless makes the stop.
Yeah, and again, that puck was definitely covered. Newton definitely didn't know where it was, and Grand Newcomer just gave it a little tap. I don't think it was anything vicious, but you always want to watch out for that around goaltenders.
We'll talk a little bit about Hunter Newton at the next stoppage. He's getting the nod in goal today, but there are 3 goaltenders for these Panthers. Off the draw, quick shot from McFarland is blocked, doesn't make it through. The puck rattles into the corner with 15:29 to play. Panthers with an early 1-0 lead here thanks to the Colton Myers goal. Looking for a way to get this one out to the corner. They feed it to Caden Peterson, another new play, and he's over to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan, a nice little bounce pass through traffic, and they get it into these neutral zone. Shiljan will take this one. Good job to get onside, and now Shiljan to the near side dot. Hassled a little bit around the corner, sticks with the puck, pokes it back towards Caden. They drop it behind the net. McFarland there, and they're going to take over possession. It's Carson Winke sending it out to the middle. Off a stick. That should go for icing. The hand is up. And there's the whistle. Let's talk a little bit about Hunter Newton. For his career, 9-1-0, 274 shots on goal, only 24 goals allowed. That's a 2.25 goals allowed average, 91.2% save percentage, and 2 shutouts. No slouch, and last year was his first varsity season.
Yeah, Hunter is great in that. He's an aggressive goaltender. He definitely has a lot of speed. He uses his pads well, so it's good to watch him play. And again, he seems like he's solid tonight, watching his angles well.
Linesman sends the McFarland player out. That was Tyson Locks that was kicked out of the dot. Panthers do win the ensuing draw. Good hold at the point that time by Matt Rush, the man we talked about, the big man, 6'3", 230. They send up to the point this time for Parker Schmidt. He's not able to hold the zone. It's tapped along by Carson Lenher. Lenher hustling for it, but there's Matt Rush on defense, moving over from left to right, making the stop with 14:38 to play in the first period. Puck still loose, and it's still Matt Rush trying to clear it out. Physical action there right in front of the Panthers thing, and this is going to be holding, I believe, against Matt Rush. There's the delayed penalty call. We'll get the signal from the official, and it is holding. You can see Rush kind of trying to fight his way around that McFarland player and ended up grasping him. That'll be a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, Rush kind of made 2 mistakes on that play. One was it was coming in as a 2-on-2. Kind of went away from that middle and came closer to us along the boards to try and take the puck, leaving his man open. Ended up going wide, but then in the corners trying to get it out, grabbed on, and that's going to put him down.
Panthers' penalty kill has been something that they have worked on. They had a little bit of trouble against Wapaka, got into some penalty trouble and had trouble on the kill. That's how Wapaka was able to defeat them 5-1 about a week ago at that Sheboygan tournament. Coach Clemens said in an interview with the Oregon Observer he felt like that was a game they could have won, that they kind of let it get away. So an early chance here for them to show get on the mend in that sense. They're a skater down for 2 minutes with 14:26 to play. They win the draw, chopped up high, and it's into the safety netting. And another fan gets another souvenir. We'll have another face-off.
Yeah, what Oregon really needs to work on here as far as their penalty kill is controlling right off the face-off and finding that open spot to move that puck down. And right now they haven't looked super solid in the face-off dot, but I think that's a confidence thing that'll build as the season goes on.
Colton Ayers in the dot for him. He's facing off against Grant Newcomer. Linesman drops the puck. Panthers do win it, and a solid clear coming off the stick of Holgen Schultz. New defenseman this season. He got the nod as one of the starters on that deep pairing with Gage Shiljan. Does a nice job there. Speaking of Gage Shiljan, he takes a shot on goal from center ice and does a nice job to kill a little more time off of this penalty. Minute 39 left on the penalty against Matt Rush for holding. 14 minutes left to play in the game. In the first period. The Panthers are up 1-0 on the McFarland Spartan. Newcomer coming in, top of the near circle. Sticked away by Newcomer after it was partially blocked by Gage Shiljan. Good little stick checking that time by Colton Ayers. Now into the corner again, and a great save from Hunter Newcomer. Coming up to the top of the circle was Max Binger of McFarland. And Hunter gets his glove up and makes a great stop.
Yeah, he was looking to use Shiljan as a screen, which he did, was able to get that shot between his legs, but Hunter was right there with the glove.
In the dot this time, Zach Roscoe, star senior. He won the state title in soccer earlier this fall. Looking to replicate that success here in hockey. Gage Shiljan rifles it along the boards. Held in by McFarland. Good shot delivered by the Panthers, but the Spartans control. Wide open on the outer edge. Take a shot. Good save from Newton. A positional save if ever I've seen one. Hunter Newton makes the stop. 13:30 to play in the period. Minute 4 on the power play for McFarland. Down it into the slot. Knocked away. Now they come up with a second chance. Working that one is Jack Bartson on the far side for the Spartans. Turns around, takes a lot of physical shots, and there's a nice play. And now hustling is Laszlo Arose, looking for a shorthanded opportunity. Gets his stick on it, holds it in. 2 men go to the ice, and now Newcomer will clear it out. Bartson again looking to enter 2-on-2. He's got a man across, Tyson Locks. Tries to send it over to Locks, but a low angle. It actually goes through the crease and all the way to the far side boards. 30 seconds left on that power play. Get it up to the point for Pommering of McFarland. Drops this one off, trying to find Binger. Binger trapped in the corner. Puck is stripped away, and the Panthers have it. Carrying it, Caden Peterson. Peterson's got a 2-on-1 here, coming up with Drew Reynolds. Reynolds drops behind. The pass to Reynolds. Takes the shot, and it's blocked. He got chopped from behind, and the shot stopped by the stick of McFarland. But only 10 seconds left on this power play, and this one's going to be gathered up by the Panthers. Look to turn it around. Drew Reynolds will take it, and this should end the power play. It's 1 second, and now Matt Rush back on the ice. Great kill from the Panthers.
It really was a good kill. It seemed very aggressive at the first part of it where they were sending 2 men in deep, but they were able to get it done, and they're going to go on another power play.
Hogan Schultz steps up to take a hit there, and he kind of whiffed on it. I did not see the penalty. Let's get the signal from the official.
I think it could have been called a slew foot, but I think they went with trip as the guy was coming across. I didn't see exactly who kind of put their leg out.
And it is Hogan Schultz, and we saw him try and line up a hit at the blue line, kind of missed it, and it looks like maybe he stuck out to try and grab it. Tripping is the call, so another minor penalty against the Panthers, and right away head back on the power play. So a chance to show what you're made of in some sense, but a chance you'd rather not have. Another 5-on-4 situation for Oregon.
Yeah, your penalty killers are going to get really tired.
Panthers on the near side to take the faceoff. 12:13 to play in this period. McFarland controls. Drop it in for Binger. Top of the circle, feeds into the corner. That puck is loose, heading after Caden Peterson. Drop into the center. What a shot and a save. Great save from Hunter Newton on a shot from Tyson Locks. Puck in neutral ice. Panthers digging after it. Sam Muller down there looking to get a hold of it. Now taken in that time by Locks. Feeds it across. He's got Jack Bartson working his way around the circle. Into Locks in the slot again. Shot off the skate of Gage Shiljan and then knocked away. Shiljan and Newton combine to clear that one out, and it's into center ice. Panthers living dangerously on this power play.
They really are. They need to make sure they're staying spread out and watching where the bodies are. They're leaving way too many lanes and open players in front of Hunter.
Minute 15 on the power play. 11:27 in the period. Panthers up 1-0 thanks to the Colton Ayers goal just 58 seconds in. And now here come the Panthers with a 2-on-2. Matt Strassman carrying the puck. Looking to get around his man. Feed in, hacked from behind and goes in, and that's going to be a penalty. The hand is up. Caden Peterson taken down from behind. A slash is the call. So that'll even us up at 4-on-4 for a minute 2, and then the Panthers will enjoy 58 seconds of the man advantage.
You know, that kind of gritty play along the boards that you're able to get that kind of breakout with speed on a penalty kill, that's what you want to see. And again, something like that's going to lead to a penalty or a really good scoring chance, and in this case it goes to a penalty. So we'll alleviate about a minute worth of the penalty kill, and they'll see about 30 seconds of a power play.
Not bad at all for the Panthers. Great move up the ice by both Strassman and Peterson. Peterson hacked from behind. That's the call. And so we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 2, and then we'll have 58 seconds of a Panther power play. Far side down to the McFarland zone. Strassman in there for the Panthers to take the faceoff. He wins it back, but hustling forward to grab it is Carson Lenher of the Spartans. Lenher gives it a little tap, sends it all the way to Hunter Newton, who plays it very nicely with the stick. Boy, a huge collision between Strassman and number 8, Jack Bruno of the Spartans. Both players, though, get up and are good to go. Bruno trying to carry it in. He loses that, and this game is starting to get much, much more physical as these teams are coming together. That one knocked in by Rush, and he was well behind the red line, icing the call. We'll take it back to the Panthers zone. 36 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey left.
Yeah, Jack Bruno is a very talented skater. He's definitely throwing his body around, and again, not in any way that should be penalized. He's playing smart, and he knows where to hit somebody to take them off their balance, and he's playing well out there. Oregon needs to match the physical play without ending up in the box.
First line out there for the Panthers. Captain Zach Roscos wins that faceoff. Panthers lose it behind the net. A dangerous turnover, but they're able to knock it to the corner where it's picked up by Chase Quell of McFarland. Send around, Gage Shiljan of Oregon's got it there. He takes a little bit of a shot, tries to run it up into the slot. A nice one-touch pass, and here's Zach Roscos. Roscos got a man with him. It's Franken. Sends it over. Franken, wide open shot and a score! Oh, what a pass and what a shot. Franken to the upper right corner, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
Yeah, Tucker Jarrett was a little bit off his angle. You could see that top corner just wide open, and he was able to go in, and Franken's able to bury that. It was a great setup pass coming out to Roscos into the neutral zone, and then as the speed went in from Franken as he crossed the blue line, he had all the daylight in the world and was able to get that shot off. Great setup.
Outstanding work, and since it's an even strength goal, neither penalty expires. Still 13 seconds left on the Panther penalty, and that's going to be an icing call. Gage Shiljan, I think, maybe thought he was on the kill there, just a little mental lapse, and so an icing call against the senior defenseman. 8 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Then the Panthers will have a 52-second power play coming up.
Yeah, and again, to go back to that goal, it was all set up in their own defensive zone, and were able to get it out, and Roscos just knew that Franken was coming up behind him and was able to make that pass over. That's the kind of smart play we want to see.
Absolutely. Great one-touch pass from Laszlo to Roscos. Roscos with the pass to Franken. And speaking of Laszlo, a nice backhander no-look to Roscos. He moves it over to Shiljan. Shiljan's going to dump this one into the zone, and unfortunately that's going to be an icing call as well. Gage Shiljan just a little bit off on reading the zone here. Another icing call, but the Panthers are now officially onto the power play. Their penalty expires. They've got 55 seconds of a 5-on-4.
And if they're smart, what they want to do is kind of get it into the zone and get some puck movement. They've shown that they can come in and score from the top of the circles in. Now what they need to do is move that puck around to try and get some good looks and some far-out shots.
Roscos in the zone for the first power play faceoff. He wins it back to Shiljan. He'll take it behind the Panther net with 10:07 to play in the first period. Panthers up 2-0 early in this game against the Badger South opponent, McFarland Spartans. Nice pickoff in the neutral zone. Binger tries to take that one. It gets lost up. What a pass from Arose. He's able to find Colton Ayers. Ayers, near side, feed into the middle. Lost control, but Arose tracks it down. Top of the far circle, outer hashes, feed across. There's Ayers again, tic-tac-toe movement. Matt Rush in the center, drops into the corner. Panthers will have to hustle after it. Colton Ayers once more, tries to get the pass through the center. It's knocked away that time by Max Binger. Panthers hold the zone briefly, but the Spartans are able to clear it. Lost puck, and it's Arose again. Laszlo carrying it up for the Panthers. He's got Franken off to the side, tries to take a shot, and this is wide of the cage. Roscoe stumps down to Franken in the corner. 9:21 to play. 5 seconds left on this Panther power play. Franken's got it again. Feed to the middle. There's Rush. One-timer misses wide left. And the penalty expires. We are even strength on both teams. 5-on-5 hockey once more. Zach Roscos, near edge. Rifles it around the corner to Franken. Franken sends around, and this one's going to have to be picked up by a Rush all the way at the point. Getting a change as Colton Ayers heads off. Drop to Franken under the net. To Roscos. One-timer is blocked. Doesn't make it through to the net. And McFarland will look to clear this one out. Flip it to the point. They're able to drag it out briefly. But there's Franken who curls it back in. That'll be a forward change for the Panthers. Good pressure after the penalty expired in particular.
Yeah, they did a great job on that power play for the short time that they had it. They really had good puck movement, and they've been doing a good job of containing that puck in the zone.
Panthers second line out here now with 8:30 to play in this first period. They lead 2-0, chopped out of the air, but the Panthers hang on in the McFarland zone. Trying to work this one down to Drew Reynolds. Still battling after it is Joe Romer. Romer up to the point, a blast, and just rises over the crossbar from Parker Schmidt. That one out to neutralize. Schmidt there. He'll send it in. Panthers check back up and chase after as goaltender Tucker Jarrett handles it for the McFarland Spartans. Spartans looking to rim it clear. A little hassle from Parker Schmidt. Good work, but now they're able to drag it through. Newcomer had it and lost it, stripped away. Panthers able to hang on, and a nice little backhanded move from Holden Schultz. Schultz hassled behind his own net, but able to continue moving it forward. Panthers, a nice pass to Reynolds. Reynolds taps past his man, chases into the zone with 7:44 to go. Stripped away and bringing it back is Jack Bartson of McFarland. Bartson's got some speed as he carries it on that far edge. Double teamed around the corner, sends it into the middle, nobody there, and it's sticked away by Hunter Newton. Panthers move it forward. Nice pass through the legs, but just a little behind the intended recipient. It's taken instead by Nick Breen. And now here's Jake Fountain. We saw him a little bit last season as well, getting a little more varsity time now. Sends up to the point. That one off the leg and kicked away. And it remains in center ice. Now Sam Muller dumping it in. Backhanded around, and this time it's Breen. Breen's shot goes off the pad and wide left side. Drop it around behind, and Jake Fountain now battling behind the Spartan cage. Teammates come in to assist. 4 men in there fighting, and it's Breen that comes up with it. Finds the open point. Sends it across. Gage Shiljan going to have to step up for this one. It's around the corner and past him, and taken by Bartson. Finds Newcomer. Newcomer drops into the middle, stripped away by Muller, and kicked out. The special counsel doing the job there. Now Bartson, top of the circle. His shot partially blocked by Shiljan, got the legs together. 6:38 to go. Hitting the corner as the puck remains trapped. 2-0 Panther lead here in the first period. McFarland gets it loose. There's Newcomer. Takes a quick shot and a pad save from Hunter Newton. Oh, a nice redirect and a good stop. Oh, boy, Jack Bartson with the stick on the ice. Turns direction, but Newton able to get those pads closed.
Yeah, all of the good scoring opportunities we're seeing from McFarland. And again, McFarland is really putting good pressure on once they get it in the zone. But all of the good scoring chances seem to be happening when the defensive players are behind the net and they can't be caught back there. That's where you want your center, not your defensive players.
Assistant captain Colton Ayers in the dot for the Panthers. Puck trapped on the dot here. Nobody gets it. Now the Panthers flick it to the point. Held there. Shot from McFarland and a glove save from Newton. That one got redirected in midair right into the glove of Newton. Dangerous play, and boy, McFarland has been looking for these tips and changes of directions, making it happen in front of the net.
They really are, and again, Newcomer is one of the guys out there you want to watch for because he can be dangerous, but so far, all the shots that are coming in seem to know where they're going and have looked pretty solid.
Matt Rush in the corner for the Panthers, moving up that far side. A nice pass ahead, a little bit off the stick of Colton Ayers. This one's sent back in, and Newton will wrangle it behind the net for Oregon. And even 6 minutes to play in the first period. Panthers with a 2-0 lead over McFarland. Nice move by Ayers over to Strassman. Can't play it with the skate, has to just dump and change after it. As McFarland picks off the pass. Nice little angled pass, and here comes Jack Bartson. A shot off the end of the glove of Newton. I'm sorry, that was Max Binger. Second shot saved, and not able to corral it is Tyson Laux. He had an open look. That one doesn't make it through traffic into the corner. The Panthers pick it up there. Pass intercepted. Binger sends it back, and again sticked away by Newton. And now the Panthers looking to move on offense. Colton Ayers hassled from behind. He'll go for a change as he dumps it around the corner. Panthers get some fresh skaters, get 5 new bodies out on the ice. Poked away, nice work that time by Hogan Schultz to knock that one clear. In the middle though, it's Jack Binger of McFarland coming up with it. Turn it around, goes high off the glass. Nobody able to quite grab it, and now on the loose puck, Deschambeau, top of the circle, wraps around into the slot. Drop pass goes past the intended target, and the Panthers get a nice move out of the zone. Laszlo Rose just tries to tap it forward to keep it moving. Little bit discontinuous for the Panthers. Haven't quite been crisp on the pass in their own zone.
No, they haven't, but they keep getting chances like that where, again, just good hard work in the corners is putting the puck in the right areas. And McFarland is getting a little too pretty when they should just be taking shots at this point.
Exactly. Roscoe's with a huge shot opportunity at the other end. The Panthers deliver a big hit there. The fans cheering it on. Puck into the corner now as Gage Shiljan battles. Loose in front of the net. It's still loose. Turn and fire from Deschambeau, and we get a whistle here for a high stick. High stick, and that one's going to send it down. High stick against McFarland, and you can see whenever it pops up like that, it's almost a reflex to just send your hands into the air. McFarland taps it too high. We'll have a face-off in their zone.
Yeah, a couple couple of the breaks that McFarland had in there, they had lots of open looks, but they tried too many passes. At this point, they just want to get something on net because they're causing great amounts of traffic, and it's making it very difficult for Newton to see what's coming in, so they need to get back to that.
Colton Ayers wins that faceoff. Matt Rush from the point goes wide of the cage, and Strassman fights for it. Still trapped on the near side. Little battle here. Colton Ayers takes a shove in the face, but does not retaliate. And the Panthers are able to dump it back into the McFarland zone. 4:10 to play in this first period. Panthers with a 2-0 lead. Binger on that side loses control. Tap into the slot. There's Ayers trying to give it back to Strassman, but it's swatted out by McFarland. And the Panthers will just dump it back in. And now the Panthers have a little bit of a chance here on the odd side. Good clear, though, from McFarland. Stopped again, that time by Parker Schmidt. Rifled around the boards. Panthers give chase with all three forwards. Up near the Zamboni, they pick it off. It's Colton Ayers. Backhand shot from the slot is just wide left and misses the cage. Parker Schmidt has been great covering that left side, not allowing McFarland to clear it at all.
No, Schmidt's been working the boards well there, and again, he's generating scoring changes just by his tenacity.
Quick shot from McFarland is turned away. Bryce Fleming not able to get it past Hunter Newton of Oregon, and the Panthers will send it along to the far side. Laszlo, though, can't settle that pass down. And McFarland able to rifle it back the other way with 3:18 to play in this first period. Still a 2-0 lead for Oregon. Bodies coming together, and here's Zach Roscos. Roscos with the tap to Laszlo. Laszlo finds him, and Roscos in a foot race one-on-one. Nice poke away by Chase Quell, but Roscos still has it. Drops it back for Laszlo. Laszlo lets a man go by and almost sort of dipsy doodles him. Winding a shot from Shildon and just got the blocker up was Tucker Jarrett in time to make the stop. Adam Franken nearly chops that one, but now coming the other way, Max Binger of McFarland. Binger one-on-one with Shiljan, tries to get by him, loses the puck instead and into the corner, and Shiljan fighting. It'll be Franken to take it away as Binger hits the ice. Franken looks for the pass, finds Laszlo. Laszlo, a good toe drag over to Roscos, broken up, and Roscos will take it on the near side wall in neutral ice. 2.5 minutes to play. The Panthers move it forward again. This time it's taken by Joe Romer, who tries to backhand it in. Third line out for the Panthers as McFarland looks to push it ahead. Hogan Schultz, backhand off the wall, taken by McFarland. Oh boy, an odd deflection out of midair with the beam of his stick by Ben Wiedholtz. Managed to get it on there and kept it away from Hunter Newton. Wiedholtz sends along, he finds Gage Shiljan opposite side. 2 minutes to play as he moves it up to Drew Reynolds. Hacked from behind, loses the puck. Stepping up, though, is Hogan Schultz. Is able to move it along. Taken there by Pommering of McFarland on the near side. McFarland moving through the neutral zone. Swings it across. Got a good look. They find it once more towards Jack Bartson, but he can't hang on. Backhands this one down, and Schultz will clear it away for the Panthers. Off the skate of Bartson that time. Finally, the Panthers do get it out into neutral ice. Hits his own man in the cage with the pass is Jake Bruno. And now Bruno does dump it in cleanly. Minute 30 to play in this very exciting period of hockey. The Panthers up 2-0. A lot of action to talk about when we go to the break. Trying to move through is Bartson. Instead, he's stripped of it by Matt Rush, who sends it into neutral ice. Jack Bruno will dump it again and get a change for his weary teammates. Schultz of Oregon. Angled pass into center ice. Panthers going to get a four-man change. As skating back is Carson Winke of the Spartans. Across now to Bruno. Bruno picking up speed. Take a shot from the blue line well wide on the left side and to the wall. Panthers there fighting for it. Up to Rush behind the cage. Backhand pass. He finds Matt Strassman. Strassman's got men moving and gets this one across to McCormick. McCormick. Oh, a nice job to stay onside by Colton Ayers and get the entry. Strassman behind. Finds Ayers. Poked away at the last second by the Spartans. Up to the point for Rush now. He keeps this one in. Sends it down towards the slot. Hanging on to it is Bruno with 34 seconds to play in the period. Ayers has it there. Now Strassman turns and sends a light one in. Kind of a tricky shot. Paintbrushed it just a little bit. Good save by Jarrett to get the stop.
Yeah, at some points in this game, each team has looked really solid, confident, and comfortable moving up the ice. And then at other points, seems really sloppy. We're not seeing the normal type of breakouts we've seen from Oregon where it's 2, 3, 4 nice passes and they're setting it up in the offensive end. This has been a lot more just throwing a puck to an open area and trying to generate a chance.
Jake Fountain in the dot for the Panthers. 29 seconds to go. Face off near side of the McFarland zone. Fountain back to Gage Shiljan. Pokes it down, and hustling for that one is Nick Breen. Still battling along that near wall here. Everybody engaged. Shiljan tries to get it past the linesman. He does send it in, and the Panthers check up with 15 seconds to play. 2-0 Panther lead in this first period. McFarland wraps it around. That should just about do it for this one as Parker sends it back in. Stopped up by McFarland with 4 seconds to go, and they're happy to settle it down and let this period end. There is the horn. And we head into the first intermission. Panthers with a 2-0 lead on the strength of a couple of really nice goals. First one coming from Colton Ayers just 58 seconds into the game, and the second one coming from Adam Franken off an assist from Zach Roscos. All names we talked about at the top. Adam Franken, new guy, Roscos and Ayers experience, but they're working together and they've got a 2-0 advantage.
Yeah, the Franken goal was really pretty. It was an entire line developed that goal, breaking out of their own zone, moving it up and in, and finding that top corner. That first goal was just, again, get a puck along the boards and throw it towards the front of the net. You never know what's going to happen. The thing that is striking to me is with the speed that both of these teams have, we've seen points at which it's sloppy. It just seems disconnected where they're not feeling very comfortable. I think you're going to hear, if I'm a coach in these locker rooms, what I'm saying is you need to tighten it up, little better communication up there, and don't bunch.
If you're Coach Clemens, you look at what your team did in this period. They did have 2 penalties. The first one, a holding call against Matt Rush. The second one, a tripping call against Holden Schultz. Nevertheless, neither one of those felt, I'm trying to think of the right word, felt like dirty or like it was in response to something. Rush was trying to get around his man and just kind of got in bad position. And Schultz was going for a hit and just lined it up badly and ended up delivering a trip, kind of a mistake in technique more than anything else. Are you happy with what you saw in terms of discipline on the ice here?
I am. There were a couple points where we could have seen things get a little rocky, especially when we see 3 or 4 bodies kind of going along the boards, but it didn't go there. There was actually one play that I noticed where Max Binger had handed an Oregon player his stick after he dropped it, and a lot of times guys will just kind of chuck it around. But there wasn't that. It doesn't seem there's that animosity. And again, like we talked about before the game, it was this game last season that after a dirty hit was placed on a McFarland player, that things really kind of went downhill. This game seems a lot different in that. There's a lot more discipline. There seems to be a lot more self-control. There's just not the control of moving the puck where you want it.
Yep.
But I think we'll see that tighten up in the second.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, folks, we're going to give you the remainder of that Larry Clemens interview, then we'll take a break for the intermission, be back with the second period. The Panthers lead 2-0 here in their home opener. Stay tuned to OCA Media.
Welcome back, everyone, to the pregame show. Zach Seeloff here with head coach Larry Clemens of the Oregon Panthers varsity hockey team. Coach Clemens, thanks for joining us. First season with a new team. What are you looking forward to with these guys?
Just looking forward to the kind of the culture change what we're trying to embrace right now. We have a kind of a inexperienced team. I know we have 11 seniors, but there's some inexperience in it. Just learning, right? Trying to become our best hockey players in February.
Looking at the team, you mentioned the inexperience. Couple of big returning names I wanted to ask you about. Zach Roscos on offense, Gage Shilchin on defense. Those are 2 guys we talked about a lot last season, have a lot of experience. Are you looking for them to step up as leaders, and who amongst the young guys are you looking to take that role as well?
Yeah, those 2 have been nominated captains for our team, and they're leaders in our locker room, leaders on practice, leaders on the ice. So far, Roscos hasn't disappointed in games. Gage has been locking down kind of on the blue line side of things. Hasn't been fortunate enough with the point side yet, but it's coming. And then we have some younger guys, although Adam Franken's been fantastic. Huge plus for us on the power play, and then Laszlo Boros has been probably one of our best players most consistently.
Outstanding. On the goal side, 3 goalies, they've all gotten some action. 2 of them experienced, Hunter and Jacob, and then you've got Colton as well coming in as a new guy. How are you looking to run that rotation this season?
It's just all about competing, right? We gave Jacob Ayers came off of a loss, and we thought we'd throw him right back in against Wanakee to see how he'd do. He responded fantastic. And so now it's just all about competing. It's about which guy is ready to play at any time. We don't really have a for sure number 1 right now. And knowing that we have 2 seniors leaving, I needed to give the younger guys some games as well.
All right, and then last question I'll ask you. You mentioned culture change at the top. Oregon's gone through some turmoil these last couple of years. When people think Oregon and they think the Larry Clemens era at Oregon, what do you want them to think?
Just the class act. Like, our guys are gonna, our first road trip in Sheboygan went really well overall. The hotel, the bus drivers, all that. We had a really good report on all of them. The guys were behaved well. Penalties, we only got in penalty trouble once so far this year, which has been a kind of a change. And playing a team like Wanakee, we only took 1 penalty. So that's been something that we've been preaching and working on, and less strategy so far, and all about culture change, and this is kind of who we're trying to be as people.
Coach Larry Clemens of the Oregon Panthers hockey team, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk with you in the booth for more OCA Media coverage of Oregon high school sports. It's Panthers hockey in their home opener, and they lead 2-0 after an outstanding first period. Before we get back to the action, this program is made possible with funding from our generous sponsors. They include the Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking, Stoughton Hospital and Oregon Urgent Care Clinic, trusted care close to home. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Torhorst Insurance, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts located in the heart of Oregon. Oregon Tax and Accounting, serving the Oregon community since 2001. See Jim for all your small business and personal tax services. Firefly Coffee House and Artisan Cheese in the heart of downtown Oregon, offering fresh bakery, daily lunch specials, soups and salads, along with hand-selected small batch Wisconsin cheese. Big thanks to our sponsors who make Panther Athletics on OCA Media possible. We'd love to have you as a sponsor. If you're interested, drop us a note at ocamedia.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook and send us your game day photos using hashtag OCA Game Day. Something going on with Hunter Newton over here in goal. I couldn't really tell as his teammates came over and gave him a slap on the pads.
He was just in a full split. It was actually impressive to watch that kind of flexibility. And again, good, powerful legs. So I think everybody was kind of coming over and saying, hey, nice job.
Newton had a heck of a period, and now we've got the second period underway. The Panthers lead 2-0. 17 minutes per period in the high school game, 3 periods in all to decide the winner out here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Panthers working in their defensive zone. Bit of a giveaway there, but now we've got Zach Roscoe's coming ahead with Laszlo Rose. We were talking about him off air, and he is knocked hard to the ice, and he's not able to enter onside. They're going to get Roscoe's for the offsides call. Boy, a big hit that time from McFarland. Number 3, Chase Quell, taking Laszlo to the ice. He went down hard.
Yeah, and it looked like Rose also lost an edge as he was trying to pull it back a bit. So went down, but was able to get back up, just went offsides there.
Offside neutralized faceoff here with 16:36 to play. It's off the referee's skate, but Roscoe is able to track it down and wrap it around the far boards. Franken pushing in, challenging Pommering for that one. Knocked clear briefly, but a great stick lift from Roscoe. Tries the redirect attempt towards a Rose, but it goes through and all the way to the wall. Schultz there. Hogan Schultz takes it from the dot. A quick shot and a blocker save. We have seen Jared be active with that blocker. That one redirected on a shot from Shiljan and goes on to the far side. There's Schultz again. Another windup. What a redirect from Franken. And Jarrett just in perfect position, but Panthers buzzing here a little bit in the start of the second period and even 16 minutes to play. Arose along the wall, finally loses control, and the Spartans able to knock it out. What a series of possessions, but here comes the Spartans, drop into the corner, shot from Jack, and a score. Jack Bartson gets the pass from Jack McGinn. The pair of Jacks combine, and you could see that 2-on-1 coming as the Panthers were stuck on the other end.
It was a mental mistake by number 3, Hogan Schultz, in taking the hit there instead of reading the play and seeing that McFarland was coming out with speed. That put his D partner all alone on a 2-on-1, and he had all day for that shot. Really, that's a goal scorer's goal. But Schultz has got to be a little smarter there when he sees that speed coming out, and that's why it's now 2-1.
Very nice goal from McFarland. They take advantage of what the Panthers are giving them, and they cut the lead in half. It's 2-1 Oregon with 15:39 to play. Hogan Schultz, his first year on varsity. A little bit of a breakdown there, but he's had a pretty darn good game, and we'll see plenty more of him this season. That one tapped forward by Strassman, going to be an icing call. He was well behind the center line. We'll head down to the Oregon zone for a faceoff.
A lot of times when you see a play like that develop from about center line in, you know it was something that happened down low that made that happen. And again, it's a common mistake for D players to make when they're not reading the play that's coming at them.
In the faceoff dot for the Panthers is Colt Nyers. He's taking on Tyson Locks. That one won by the Panthers, and a nice move ahead by Pat McCormick. Takes a shot up against the wall for his trouble, but gets it clear. McFarland rifles it right back in. Parker Schmidt along the wall, held at the point by McFarland. Working in front of the Hefty Construction sign. Back behind the net, there's Schmidt again. Pushes his man up and allows Colt Nyers to get that puck away. McCormick in there. A lot of players mixed up, and we've got a delayed penalty coming. This one's going to be against McFarland. Panthers battling for this puck as Hunter Newton gets off the ice, and the Panthers have a 6-on-5 advantage. Matt Rush in his own zone to Strassman. Strassman loses track of it briefly. This might allow McFarland to get it. Haven't gotten it yet, and Parker Schmidt up ahead to McCormick near side. Looking for an outlet pass. Good move ahead and finds Schmidt. Here goes the Panthers on a one-touch. They've got a 2-on-1. Ayers, Roscoe's shot and score! Oh boy, the Panthers with 30 to 40 seconds of delayed penalty time. They get a 2-on-1 break. Roscoe's takes it alone. What a score to make it 3-1.
Yeah, that was just good, solid, gritty work along the boards to try and get some passes to break out. And when they did, they were able to break it out in a way that makes it a 2-on-1 coming in. And again, he all day long, just like on the goal that McFarland had just scored, same kind of setup. He's able to look, see, and just launch it in. And that's the kind of play we've come to expect from him.
Absolutely. Zach Roscoe's with his second point of the night, his first goal. He assisted Adam Franken on the second goal earlier in the first period. And with 14:38 to go in the second period, the Panthers are up 3-1. What a job on that play. It's so rare that you see the 6-on-5 advantage from the delayed penalty actually work out, but the Panthers incredibly patient in making sure that it worked out. All 6 men on the ice did a great job. Outstanding work to get the goal. McFarland in the offensive zone. Now stripped by Shiljan. Here comes Gage Shiljan. Nice tap pass through the middle. Good drop pass across. That one goes a little wide for the icing. Oh boy, I like that drop pass a lot, but then Reynolds just misses him on the entry pass, and we'll take it back to the Oregon zone.
Yeah, another thing too on that goal is the shift that you have after a goal is scored on you is so important. You want to make sure that you can kind of get things back the way you want it and respond well. They were able to do it with a power play goal essentially, but that's the kind of thing you want to see from a team.
Winning the face-off is the Spartans. They drop it back behind the Oregon goal with 14:07 to play, right in the slot, but the net is off. And I did not see who knocked it clear. A little frustrated right in the slot is Grant Newcomer, saying I had that all alone, and the net comes off. But the referee rightly blows the whistle. No play, no shot.
Yeah, I think that may have just been a push-off as Hunter was trying to get back up front, and it could have shot it off there a bit.
I didn't hear the assist call on that one, so I apologize, folks. Not sure who exactly is credited with the assist, but that was a whole team goal on that 6-on-5. Quick shot from McFarland off this face-off, but nothing doing. With 14 minutes to play, it's still 3-1 Oregon here in the second period. Panthers knock it clear, and it's picked up that time again by Newcomer. Newcomer, a nice pass across. Working his way up the edge is Jack Behrens, poked up high by the stick of Hunter Newton as Hogan Schultz looks to work it along. Roscoe's comes in and takes a shoulder along the wall. Puck still loose. Now Roscoe's able to tap it away. Ahead to Laszlo Arose. And back to Shiljan now behind the net. Loose puck, and it'll be Roscoe's once more. Roscoe's home run pass. He finds Franken, and here goes Franken working on his man. Franken, a good stop-up maneuver. Pass to center for Arose, but it's broken up by McFarland. Franken with some fancy footwork there. Nice play.
Franken does look really good and comfortable out there. He seems to find openings, and he's getting his stick on a lot of shots coming in, looking for deflections. Definitely a solid add to the line.
Matt Rush carrying this one nicely as he enters the zone, using that big body to shield away the attackers. All the way behind the net, wraps it into center. Stopped nicely. Here's Roscoe's from the top, and it rises off the edge of the glove of Jarrett and takes the glass behind. 12:55 to play in the second period. Still a Panther 3-1 lead after the 6-on-5 goal from the delayed penalty. Losing an edge is Arose there. The Panthers still trying to attack in the Spartan zone, but the loose puck squirts all the way to Oregon territory. No ice the call. Down goes number 24, and it's going to be Jake Fountain guilty. I'm sorry, it was 28, Deschambeau, and I believe they're going to get Fountain on this one for a trip. Interference is the call. So Jake Fountain hassling him from behind into the board. They get into it, and Fountain gets whistled for the interference. Panthers will have their third penalty kill of the night.
And that's another time, too, where the Oregon D was stuck way back behind the circles in the offensive zone. You want to see your D men activate, but only activate when they have those chances and there are people covering their backs, and in that case, they didn't. And that's what led to that scoring chance, and that's McFarland's gritty play, coming up the ice and making something there, and it was good hustle moving up the ice that drew this penalty.
We've got a second penalty now coming up. Also into the box is number 19, Matt Rush. Also a minor penalty, though we're not sure what for. I really don't know what the issue is there. So Matt Rush ends up in. So it's a 5-on-3 advantage as McFarland controls in their own zone. Working it around, they move it to the outside. It's held there by Binger. Work it back to Binger at the point. Now a wind, and they'll settle it down. Pommering drops low. Into the slot, the quick shot misses wide. Parents off the post, hit the iron, and we get a whistle as the goal has come off once more. Jack Bartson rings it off that near side post. Were you able to hear the call on Rush?
They still haven't made it yet over the loudspeaker. But again, this is the opportunity that McFarland really can capitalize on. They're getting some good puck movement. They need to get some things in deeper to make that triangle collapse and get Newton out of position.
5-on-3 for another minute 42. There's 12:18 to go in the second period. The Panthers are down 2 men after a double penalty. One against Matt Rush, the other against Jake Fountain. Fountain's call was interference. Not sure what the Rush penalty was. This puck is loose. Here's Zach Roscoe, and he handily clears it down all the way to the McFarland zone. Panthers will keep the same skaters out there. Matt Rush also whistled for interference. Okay, so they actually got Fountain for slashing and Rush for interference. So a double call on this one and a nice clear by Arose, and he will head to the bench for a new player. Staying out on the ice are Gage Chilton and Zach Roscoe, and they're joined by Hogan Schultz. With 11:38 to play, an even minute on the 5-on-3 advantage for McFarland. Dangerous entry, but they managed to keep it on sides. Pommering moves it over to Bartson at the top. Back to Pommering at the circle. Trying to find Bartson. Boy, he gets dumped hard by Hogan Schultz, and the puck loses all the way out into neutral ice. 11:20 to play, 44 seconds left on this 5-on-3. Pommering, entry pass over to Bartson. His pass hits off Roscoe, but he's able to hang on. Working his way over to the near side point, and he'll set up. Pommering, center point, wind, drive, right through, still in front, knocked once. A second chance from Bartson is swatted away by Zach Roscoe. The captain keeping his team on, and that is an offsides for Simeon Pommering. And with 23 seconds to go, we'll have a neutral ice faceoff.
Yeah, what McFarland really needs to be looking at here is they have so much ice to work with. Having one player skated all the way up and in, it's not the way to use time well. You want to get it in, spread it out, and then slowly condense until there's so much traffic in front of Newton that he can't see where it's coming from, and you get that rebound.
Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Strassman in the dot against Newcomer. Newcomer does win it, and here comes Jack Bartson near side. Bartson looking to set it up with 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Moves it all the way across, and he's able to find Binger. Drop it down as they continue to work the circle with 5 seconds left on the power play. Shot high into the net, 3 seconds to go. That one from Grant Newcomer, well high and into the safety netting. We'll get the out-of-play face-off, and unlike a lot of 5-on-3 situations, this one ends together. So we will go right back to 5-on-5 3 seconds from now.
And this is a huge momentum builder if you're Oregon, because again, killing a 2-minute 5-on-3 is huge. But McFarland has really squandered a chance here in getting some good attempts or scoring chances.
Newcomer against Colton Ayers in the dot. Ayers wins it back 1 second, and both teams are full strength. Matt Rush heads right out and gets it into play immediately. With 10:30 to play in the second period, the Panthers survive a 2-minute 5-on-3, and they still lead 3-1 against the McFarland Spartans. Pass from the Panthers goes long. The Spartans track it up. Bartson able to hang on briefly, but then it's knocked back in by Matt Strassman. Rim it all the way around to the far side. Panthers in the middle of a change. Didn't have anybody over there. Colton Ayers kind of mixes it up a little confusedly with Caden Peterson, and now we've got an offsides call against McFarland. Bring it back into neutral ice.
There have been a couple times, too, where you're seeing smart thinking from Oregon as that puck has gone in front of their bench during line changes. There have been 2 or 3 times where they could have been caught with too many, but just smart heads-up play and avoiding the puck and letting it go right by them.
Good work from Oregon to avoid that too many men call. That is one of the most frustrating calls to take, I think, in any sport, if you have a too many men penalty. Panthers working it up here. Off the shin of Caden Peterson and too strong. Spartans have it in their own zone. Nice little reach in that time by Joe Romer. A great poke sends it up and out of play. We'll get a face-off down there. Good work by Romer to not just let the free clear from McFarland.
It really looks like some things are tightening up, and at the same time, we're seeing people getting a little overzealous, but the passing is getting better, the breakouts are cleaner. So as the game's progressing, each of these teams is showing where their talent lies.
Drew Reynolds in the dot against Robert Deschambeau. They'll send Reynolds out, and we'll swap in Joe Romer. Puck drops. Stuck in there. Move it into the McFarland zone, but McFarland controls, and they'll break it out. Pass goes forward off the foot of Parker Schmidt, and move it across to Romer. Nice little move through traffic, and here's Reynolds. Sent back across, trying to find Ben Wiedholtz. And following along is Peterson, who dumps it in for Oregon. High puck that gets caught up in the rafters out of play, and we'll get another faceoff.
Yeah, it hit the light up there. It's moving around kind of. It's good it didn't bust one of those fluorescent bulbs. That takes forever to clean up.
Yeah, you definitely don't want glass on the ice if you can avoid that. So with 9:34 to play in this second period, the Panthers up 3-1. Like what I'm seeing from Oregon, the 5-on-3 is tough, and I didn't see the slash from Matt Rush. It must have been away from the play somewhere. You hate to take 2 penalties at once, but they do a great job killing it.
Yeah, that was a great kill. They were able to keep everything nice and spread out, and they weren't able to get any shots on Newton, and that's what you want to make sure happens during a penalty kill.
Jack McGinn from McFarland tries to send a home run pass out, looking for Bartson. Bartson able to get past his man, takes a quick shot into the corner of the cage, does not actually make it on net. Still stuck, though, behind the net, and Bartson still fighting for it. He's got it, comes up with it in front of the Zamboni door. Kicks it out to Chase Quell. Quell at the center point, still holding. Moves it across. There's Pomerenning, and he can't get the shot on. Lifted out clear by Laszlo Arose. And following it along is Adam Franken of Oregon, taken by Chase Quell. Quell drops back for Pomerenning. Roscos right in there on him, putting some pressure on, and now Franken as well. Franken turns him around. Here's Roscos on the turnover. Tries to work his way into the slot. Rush drags the puck back, but it's picked up by Quell of McFarland. Drops it behind the net with 8:40 to play in the second. Little one-touch there is picked off by the Panthers. Looking to move it through center. Stepping up on it, but it gets lost. A lot of players there trying different things, not really on the same page, but it was a loose puck.
Yeah, again, it's one of those kind of disconnected sets of plays that it's just kind of bouncing all over and people can't get their head where they want people to be, and a lot of things can happen when that happens.
And speaking of, here comes Max Binger. Had a wide open look, but thankfully wasn't able to settle down the pass cleanly. And speaking of cleanly, loses an edge hard right in the center faceoff dot. Panthers come up with the loose puck. Gage Shiljan behind his own net with about 8 minutes to play in this second period. Panthers still up 3-1. Shiljan picks that one up. Double teamed in the slot. Turn, fire. The shot from Binger just misses wide. And this one's taken by Nick Breed. Panthers move it ahead. It comes out to center ice. Good follow-up that time by Sam Muller. McFarland recontrols in their own zone ahead to Binger on the near side. Binger just dumps, and his team will give chase as it comes behind the net. Shiljan looks to shoulder his man off it, battling in the corner along with Muller. 7:52 to play in the second period. Puck swatted out, and the Panthers have it. Got a chance for a 2-on-2 push here. The pass goes right by Nick Breen, and I don't know that he ever saw it. Just skitters by. This might be an offsides. Good hold by the Panthers to avoid it. And now they wrap it to Muller. Dumps it in. 7:16 to go. Colton Ayers gives a little shove on that one, but McFarland able to control. Nice play with the skate, and it'll be brought forward by Chase Quell. Quell with some speed along the side. Moves along past Hogan Schultz. Got a little high there. Got to be careful of that one. And another little dump on the corner. Boy, Quell is playing like a man possessed. A lot of energy, but just got to keep it in control. Panthers hold behind their own goal line. Try to tap it past. McFarland gets a stick on. Dragging this one forward is Pat McCormick. And now he's got it at the blue line. He's got a man across and Strassman. McCormick, near side. Elects to dump it behind the net for Strassman to chase after. He picks it up, tries to wrap it in center, but hits the back of the net. Puck still loose there. Strassman gets a hand on it. Tap towards the middle. And a nice job by Matt Rush to get a stick on. Rush in the middle, forks it back in. And with 6:26 to go, the Panthers will give chase. Carried behind the net that time by Jack Bruno. Into the middle, and now we've got a 2-on-1 coming. Breaking this one forward is Grant Newcomer. He's got a man across, takes the shot himself and goes too high. Shrugging the shoulder is Hunter Newton, and the puck is loose in the Panther zone. Lots of action here, lots of physical action in this game, and now McFarland will go for a change as Matt Rush looks to carry this one out.
That was just good, solid work by McFarland busting it out there. A Newcomer saw what he wanted to see, got the shot off. And I think that Hunter may have deflected that one up and over.
I think he did. I think that shrug of the shoulder did get it. This one goes lightly towards the net, and it's nicely stopped by Parker Schmidt. Laszlo Rose controlling for the Panthers, trying to hit Roscos on a long pass. He'll follow up Jack Behrens, who's got it. A nice move in his own zone and turns it around the other direction. His pass forward this time for Ashton Wendt is too long, and it goes for an icing. We'll head back to the Spartan zone.
One of the things I'm seeing that has been kind of coming a theme in this game are 2 to 3 good passes, and then another pass that just seems to go to where they were hoping somebody was. And we've seen each team do this an awful lot. I think that comes down to on-ice communication. They really need to do a better job of communicating where they are and what they're doing, and I think that's been what's missing on each of these teams.
First line out there for Oregon. Roscos wins the face-off back towards Caden Peterson. Peterson flicks it along to Shiljan in neutral ice. Fired back behind the McFarland net. Panthers putting pressure on. Rose right there delivers an enormous hit. Gets the crowd into it. The Panthers able to hang on to the puck. Peterson sends it back behind the net where it's taken by Matthew Miller of McFarland. He instead dumps the Panthers in return, and we're going to get a call on this one. Heading to the bench is Laszlo Rose. Interference is the call.
Yeah, that hit came in probably 2 or 3 strides a little late. He saw it coming and was able to stand up to it. Miller was able to absorb all of that hit and ended up just standing there. But again, you really can't put a hit on like that unless somebody's got the puck or it's just out of their reach.
If you ever watch the NHL player safety videos, they'll talk about the time allowed for legally finishing a check. That indeed was well beyond such time. And so the Panthers will sit for 2 minutes, another penalty kill. 5-on-4 for the Spartans with 5:06 to play in the second period. Panthers still up 3-1. That one from Gage Shiljan ramps off the stick of Max Binger and up into the upper deck. We'll get an out-of-play faceoff.
And Oregon's got to be really careful because McFarland is not a team you want to give too many chances to. They're finding ways to get shots in on Newton, and if they can actually collapse in a little bit more and create some traffic in front of Hunter, they're going to find a way to put it in the back of the net.
Strassman in the dot against Newcomer. Strassman wins it back to Shiljan. His pass up to the point is held by McFarland, and now McFarland carrying into the slot. Newcomer, a shot and a save. Oh boy, and another one from Newton. I give Newton a ton of credit. He has made positional saves in this game, and more than once we have seen that it's clear he didn't really see the puck, but he's putting himself in the spot he needs to be to make the stop.
Yeah, there was a little bit of traffic in front of him, which made it difficult to see that one coming in. McFarland needs a body in there to look for those rebounds or deflections as that puck's rolling.
McFarland controls off the faceoff. Barons, top of the left circle. Cycles back and moves it into the center point. Now to Binger. Down low to Newcomer. And he continues the cycle. Minute 30 left on the power play. 4:38 to go in this second period. Panthers still up 3-1. Barons loses it, and a great job to take advantage by Hogan Schultz. Quickly swats it clear, and now striding after it is Drew Reynolds, putting some pressure on, making him think about it. Reynolds will have to skate back into the play. Pomeranning moves it forward, and it's carried by Max Binger. Drops that one off, gives it to Jack Bartson. A nice aggressive play here by Ben Wiedholtz, but McFarland able to hold. Now working it in. Tyson Locks across. Move right into center. Shot and score. And just a great setup and a happy team there. Grant Newcomer feeds Max Binger, who backhands it in. The power play goal makes it 3-2.
Binger has been a name we've said multiple times in this game so far, and his play has been solid. He's finding ways to get open. He's finding nice areas to move that puck. And that was just good, hard work from that entire power play line to bury that one. And again, Binger had a little bit of patience to hold that puck up, change direction, and put it past Hunter. Smart power play goal.
Good setup from McFarland, and as you said, you don't want to give this team chances. They take advantage there. It's a one-goal game once again. Panthers up 3-2 with 4 minutes to play in this second period. Oh, a huge shove from behind. The Panthers go down, but they hang on to the puck, work it to the point. Still control it there, and they'll rifle it behind the net. Strassman striding. He's got it in the corner. Matt Strassman takes another push off that one, but hangs with the puck. Moves it forward, Pat McCormick. McCormick trapped on the wall. Now a big shot coming in from Colton Ayers. Lots of contact here, but players playing the body, playing the puck, and the Panthers control once again. Find McCormick. Turns around, backhand into center, but it's there for Tyson Locks of McFarland. He decides to go high off the glass and just get this one out of his team zone. Panthers backhanded in. They'll look to get a change here as Colton Ayers skates to the bench. Rifled on into the corner, and Matt Rush is going to have to stride for this one. McFarland getting a change of their own. 3:13 to play. Panthers up 3-2. Giveaway in the Panthers zone, but they're able to take it back. And now here's Laszlo Arose. Arose taps it ahead, and the turnover goes to McFarland. McFarland sends a long pass of their own, and both teams here all of a sudden a little bit off on the pass and a little bit off on the stick handling too.
Yeah, Newcomer was coming in and almost had a chance to pick the pocket there and come in all alone, but just couldn't control it.
Matt Rush tries to clear it out high, doesn't get that one by, and at the point it's held by the Spartans. Back behind the net, Shiljan and Rush going forward. He'll give it up to Gage, who takes it far side. Passes it ahead, striding forward as a Rose, nearly got it, and that might be offsides, and it is. He did get in ahead of that puck, I thought so. Linesman with an alert call, and that'll be a neutralized faceoff for Oregon.
Yeah, right now it's definitely starting to see a little bit more speed coming in, a lot more physicality, but nothing that's getting the arms lifted, and that's what we want to see. You know, it's a physical game. That's going to happen. Just watch out for retaliatory stuff and play smart.
Speaking of retaliatory, we've got a hand up, but I think it may be an offsides. Even though it was the referee, it is an offsides call. So I saw him put the hand up, but it was for offsides, so another offsides faceoff.
Since the linesman drops the puck, the ref fills in as watching that line, and that's the call.
Good call from the referee. So 2:29 to go, another offsides, another neutralized faceoff. Puck loose in front of the Panther bench. Gage Shiljan rifles one in there. Stopped up behind the net by the goalie, Tucker Jarrett of McFarland. Simeon Pomerening has his pass picked off. Laszlo beneath the net, sends into the middle for Franken, but it's broken up. And here come the Spartans the other way. Spartans have numbers, they've got speed. Jack Barrett's outside edge, tries to feed it in. It's off the skates and into the safety netting out of play. Another face-off coming in the Oregon zone this time.
Get your stick in the lanes, and Shiljan is exactly what he did as that puck is coming across, looking for that pass. He just gets his stick in the lane, tips it up high. That was a nice breakout we saw from McFarland there. He had three coming in with speed. They just couldn't get it where they wanted. Good defensive play from Oregon.
I do apologize to number one. I keep calling him Jack Barons. It's Jack Bartson, so apologies on the pronunciation there. 2:07 to play. Face off on the far side of the Oregon zone. Panthers up 3-2 in this second period. Matt Rush with the puck. Trying to work it ahead. It's trapped and knocked back down by McFarland. Panthers once again on the near side. Nick Breed trying to handle it. Remains trapped on that edge. Quick shot coming. That one well high. Clears the cage and hits the glass on the opposite end. Pass picked off by Tyson Locks. Now loose, and here coming forward is Jake Fountain. Fountain 1-on-2. Now he's got men with him. From the outside edge, a pad save. Rebound chance. Just misses through the crease. Low angle shot. Doesn't make it in. Panthers still holding this puck in the zone, and that's going to be a tripping call coming up against Fountain. We'll get the delayed penalty here. Fountain clearly going for the puck, but instead he takes the man out at the shins. He'll spend 2 minutes in the box. McFarland will spend 2 minutes on the power play.
And number 15, Bryce Fleming for McFarland, should get a save on that. It was coming across that other side. He was able to get over and knock that puck out of the way. Again, when you're a goaltender and you're pushing off hard and that puck changes direction, you cannot correct that fast. And it was a wide open net. Bryce Fleming saved that from going in.
And it was just a great play by Oregon as they clear this off the initial draw. A tenacious attack in the zone. They get a perfect movement. The shot intended to generate just the rebound it did. Panthers nearly generating a shorthand there from Roscoe's as McFarland enters in. Minute 44 on the McFarland power play. Move it across to Bartson. Puck is loose and Hogan Schultz knocks it clear. Spartans will have to reset. Even minute to play in this period. We'll have 33 seconds of the power play into the third period. Drop it in that time and just missing his locks. Newton getting in front. Gage Shiljan clearing it out once more. And the coaches of Oregon calling for a line change. Carrying this one, Simeon Pomerening. Across to Bartson. Bartson's pass is blocked. Here's Franken. Franken into Strassman, but getting his hand on that one was Max Binger. Oh boy, what a pass and what an opportunity. 33 seconds to play in this period. We'll be on a power play for all of it in a few seconds into the third period. Now underneath the net, Newcomer, wraparound chance, feed across and blocked by Newton. What a job with the pads. Matt Rush sends it the opposite way, but Bartson is there to take it from McFarland. Feed into the middle, shot and score through the 5-hole. Bartson able to find Binger. That's Binger's second of the night, and he ties the game with another power play goal. It's 3-3 with 15 seconds to go in the second.
If you're on a penalty kill and you're the goaltender and you're watching that puck move, and to your left you hear a loud clack, clack, clack on the ice, you know that they've got a player wide open, and that's exactly what happened. Really almost wasn't even a shot. It was just kind of a deflection in, because Hunter had to kind of go into the splits to move to the side, and it just floated right in. and that ties it up. Another great power play from the Spartans.
They look good on the power play. They've gotten a number of them, and they've made them count. Speaking of, though, here come the Panthers working hard as Ben Wheatholtz. Wheatholtz feed to center, but it's blocked up by Carson Winkie of McFarland. 4 seconds to play in this period. That should just about do it. And there's the horn. Panthers came in leading 2-0. They will head to the bench, to the locker room rather, for the second intermission, tied 3-3 thanks to 2 power play goals from McFarland.
That period was all about power play goals. You saw 3 of them, 1 from Oregon and 2 from McFarland. And one of the sets of power plays that was out there was a 2-minute 5-on-3. Oregon did a great job killing it off, but then they got 2 more penalties against them, and McFarland was able to capitalize on each through good, smart puck movement.
It was a tough period for Oregon, and they did take some silly penalties in that one. So the tripping penalty that led to this last score, you just can't fling your stick like that. You'll hear again, in hockey, you have to be in control of your stick. You're responsible for what happens. Clearly not trying to trip the player there, but you've got to not just let it fly around like that. You're going to get tripping calls if that happens. McFarland makes them pay, and now we've got a brand new game coming out for the third period.
A little bit more discipline, and I think that makes a difference. And Oregon needs to make sure they're out there even strength, because they've been controlling the play when it's 5-on-5. But if they're ending up in the box right now, McFarland is a team that will make you pay on the power play.
Just before we go to break here, you're Coach Clements, you're his staff, you're thinking about what you want to say to your team before they come out in the third period. What is it?
Stay out of the box. There are definitely going to be penalties that are going to be taken. It's going to happen. But there are definitely times where penalties should be avoided, and bad penalties. We haven't seen any of the retaliatory penalties, which plagued them last season, which is good. But we need to make sure that people are not taking bad penalties, which are offensive zone penalties. That's what I'm saying, and tighten up the passing just a bit.
Alrighty, folks. We'll be back with the third and final period. It's Oregon 3, McFarland 3. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to OCA Media's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuck with you in the booth as OCA Media continues to cover the Oregon Panthers boys hockey team. Went into the end of first period up 2-0. We finished the end of the second, tied 3-3. Sloppier period for the Panthers, and they're going to need to do better to win it in this third period.
The word that pops into my head is disheveled. It just seemed a little bit kind of chaotic when they're trying to move the puck around. It really looks like McFarland found their legs and found a system a little bit faster than Oregon did, but this is the period for Oregon to put it together.
Off the faceoff, McFarland controls, and we've got 17 minutes to decide a winner. A brand new game tied at 3, and a nice job by Gage Shiljan to swat that puck away from Jack Bartson. Now they work it into the center for Newcomer. He can't turn on the shot. The puck is still loose in the slot and finally poked away. Wind and a drive from Pomeranning. And instead, this one taken away by Schultz. He's got a cherry-pick chance for Strassman. Cuts to the outside. Swatted away from him, but following is Roscos. Roscos' shot is blocked. That was Pat McCormick. And they'll tap it up to the point for Shiljan. Shiljan a wind and a drive, and this one bangs off of Bartson's chest, but Shiljan hangs on to the puck. Turns around the other way, and the Panthers settle it down with 16:20 to play in the game. Matt Strassman off the wall, ahead to Colton Ayers. Ayers will sweep it in, and he'll go for a change as well. Behind the net, this one controlled by Arose. Does a nice hop step around, tries to feed it into the middle, and the loose puck comes back to him. Arose again beneath the net, working behind. Send forward for Roscos. Loose puck, taken by Laszlo. Turns around the corners, got a low-angle chance, and this one skated away by Newcomer and moved ahead, that time to Max Binger. Binger, the home run pass, finds Lenher. It's beyond his reach, no ice the call, and Matt Rush will have it for Oregon in their own zone. Oh, what a nice move by Laszlo Arose. Here's a 2-on-1 chance. Franken and Roscos. Pass to Roscos. There he is. He scores! Zach Roscos pops the water bottle on a killer pass from Adam Franken. Panthers regain the lead 4-3.
Another goal set up for Oregon coming out of their own end from another beautiful pass from Arose. Able to move that puck in. That's the third or fourth 2-on-1 that Arose has set up with a quick one-touch backhand no-look pass into center ice that's able to turn around into a scoring chance. And again, you're just not going to see Roscos miss that shot that often. That was a beautiful play right from beginning to end.
The thing I take away from that, when when Arose put the stick on that one to send it that way, I kind of tensed up because I thought, boy, there's guys in the middle there. That looks like it might get picked off. Instead, and there's a nice quick shot from Oregon. He puts it perfectly on the money and sets up the breakout. What a job by Laszlo Arose, and what confidence in himself to go through traffic like that and make the pass.
Yeah, that was just solid play all the way around. And again, the passing seems to be getting better and better per shift for Oregon.
Here's Max Binger in the middle for McFarland. We got a man down and a delayed penalty coming against Oregon. And this one is going to be an elbowing call, and guilty of that foul, it looks like, is Caden Peterson, number 17. He'll head to the bench. It's number 7, Joe Romer. So Romer, 2 minutes for elbowing, and unfortunately the Panthers take a great goal and then shoot themselves in the foot. They've got a 2-minute penalty kill here.
Yeah, and that was a mental mistake there in another offensive zone penalty, and I talked about that before the last period, and that's what they need to avoid.
15:07 to play in this game. A 2-minute power play for the Spartans. They trail 4-3 against the Oregon Panthers. All the way to the top for Pomeraniec. Put across to Bartson. Set up in their zone. They drop that one in. We're quick shot. Oh my God, what a save from Hunter Newton. How in the hell did he get that one? Tyson Locks to Grant Newcomer, and Newton flashes the pad.
That was flexibility and power, pushing off with that right leg. And I immediately...
Shorthanded chance here for the Panthers, falling down and not able to grab it is Nick Breen. Sorry to take that one from you, Dan.
Oh, no, that's fine. That was a great setup. But after that save, I looked right over at the bench, and Coach Clemens just smiling.
Big smile on his face. Newcomer in the slot, shot deflected high and out of play. So with 1:12 to go on the power play, 14:22 in the game, Hunter Newton bails his team out with a tremendous save.
Yeah, I mean, players were getting ready to celebrate on that one. That was great puck movement all the way through, and Hunter Newton just stretching with every inch he's got in that left leg, kicks that out. Amazing save. That's probably the save of the year.
That is a highlight reel save for sure, coming so early in the season. And he does a great job. Panthers, though, still on the penalty kill. Got some work to do here with 14:18 to play. Matt Rush in the corner rifles this one out, a nice clear, and that'll actually be slightly on net. Jarrett will play it away for his teammate Chase Quell. 57 seconds to go on the power play as the Spartans move it forward. Good pass across to find Lenher. He takes a quick shot and a good blocker save from Hunter Newton of Oregon. Puck in the corner, trapped there. Rush putting some pressure on. Now it's skated out by McFarland. Center point for Quell. Takes a shot, gets through traffic, finds its way to Newton, and he covers it up. A nice move by Quell there, using his own men and the Panthers as a screen. Newton, though, again, good positional save and then covers it.
Yeah, you hate to see shots coming through a lot of players' legs as a goaltender, and you're trying to track that puck. And that was good patience on that shot to wait till there was enough movement in front of Newton to try and get him off. But good positional save again.
13:50 to go in the game. 40 seconds on the power play. Roscos in the dot for the Panthers. The Panthers do win it. Franken chops it ahead. He gets badly tripped. They'll call it a slash. Could have been either way. At the end of the day, it's a 2-minute penalty, and skating right over, knowing what he'd done, is Bryce Fleming. Again, not a dirty thing. He was trying to chop hard on the puck and instead chopped right at the shins of Franken. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 36 seconds. Then it'll be 1:24 of an Oregon power play.
And this is where you start to see some frustration creeping into the game. You had a great opportunity on the power play to tie it up. A big save changes that. Now you find yourself getting ready to go on a penalty kill. You've got to stay focused and stay smart and avoid that penalty box.
Panthers working it in the McFarland zone. Puck trapped on the wall. Now Franken able to skate it out at the outer hash marks. Drops it into the middle. Roscos through traffic, but it's stripped away and carried by Jack Bartson. McFarland moving ahead with some speed. He's got Quell with him. Tries to feed Quell, and it's off the pad of Hunter Newton and into the corner. Panthers control there. Schultz making the pass to Roscos as we play 4-on-4 for another 10 seconds. Franken from Roscos. Franken drags his way through, gets crunched in the middle, sticks with it, shoots and scores! Adam Franken gets sandwiched in the low slot. He somehow comes up with the puck and drives it through the 5-hole. Another 4-on-4 goal for Oregon, and they take a 5-3 lead.
Yeah, he never gave up on that play. Franken just kept working hard. That's good, gritty play, and you could see some of the players from McFarland really upset with that going through like that, and especially Jack Bruno really felt like he should have gotten that puck away. you want to separate the body from the puck if you're going to put the body on someone, and that just didn't happen, and Oregon capitalized.
3 seconds of 4-on-4, and here come the Panthers with a 2-on-1 off the faceoff. Roscoe's to a row, shoots, and it's caught up in the shoulder and glove of Tucker Jarrett. What a rush from the Panthers right off the faceoff. Great stop by Jarrett, but the penalty against Oregon does expire in that amount of time. It's now a 5-on-4 Oregon power play.
Yeah, Jarrett had to be solid on that, and he absolutely was, getting that kind of under his arm, and then it fell to his pads. Now they've got to work to kill this penalty.
Arose takes a shot from the point, and it's shrugged away by the blocker of Jarrett. Panthers still control. Hard pass to Arose, gets over his stick, and the Panthers have to retreat. 12:54 to play. Roscoe and Arose getting credit for the assist, and now here come the Panthers. It's Arose again, drags through the slot, backhand chance off the pad, second chance is saved, still loose in front, and knocked away finally. The Panthers buzzing on this power play, 48 seconds to go. 5-3 Oregon lead with 12:30 to play in the game. Back for Arose behind the net. He's going to have to hustle against Quell here. He does get there first and moves it to Roscoe's. Roscoe's has Shiljan at the center point, dumps down for Franken in the corner. Feed towards Roscoe's in the slot is not clear by the Spartans, and Hunter Newton will stop it up. Instead of giving it to Gage, he instead goes for a home run. They caught him on a bad line change. Here's Roscoe's with Franken. Roscoe's pulls the trigger, save, followed up by Ayers. What a save by Jarrett, 2 in a row against the Panthers. 16 seconds of a power play left. On the far point, Matt Rush hustles one into Colton Ayers at the dot. Now up to the near point. Gage Shiljan drags the shot and hits the outside netting. Pass through the crease from Franken. Goes to the opposite edge, and that one's cleared out by the Spartans. What a power play from Oregon. Give Tucker Jarrett all the credit in the world. The goalie for the Spartans stones the Panthers on that one.
Yeah, but Hunter Newton, looking on catching a team on a change, was able to, and just a beautiful pass up along the boards.
Great to see a goalie that's comfortable playing the puck. Here comes Jack Bartson of the Spartans. Near side dot, curling around behind the net. Looking for a pass in, forced all the way around. Into the high slot, pulls the trigger, still loose. And we get a whistle as Hunter Newton covers it up with 11:21 to play.
Yeah, he had a lot of time with that puck, and I wonder if he's scratching his head right now, wondering why he didn't look for that pass, because he had a couple open bodies. But either way, good movement in, pretty much end-to-end rush there, was able to get a shot on and then a second shot off the rebound. McFarland's come back from 1-2 goal deficit. Oregon's got to make sure they don't do it again.
Don't want to let him back in, but Oregon enjoying the 2-goal lead and playing well. What a save from Hunter Newton. A quick play with the pad. That pad has been doing a job for him all game. Now Grant Newcomer, center point, takes a quick shot and a nice stick and pad combo save from Hunter Newton there. Just about 11 minutes to go. Panthers up 5-3 in this game. Nice move that time to get it away by Drew Reynolds, and the Panthers send it down into the McFarland zone. At neutral ice, Schultz knocks it forward for Oregon. Panthers will get a big line change here. And they can hear Coach Larry Clemens and his staff yelling out. I think they want to get some of these players out.
It's intentional offside, so I wonder now if they're going to take it all the way down, because they were way off and the refs were yelling. But it looks like they're going to keep it there.
It looks like we'll keep it in tight, and I didn't realize either that it was offside, so you can tell even from up here you can lose track of the play. Offside's the call against Oregon, and we will get a neutral ice faceoff. 10:44 to play in the game. Panthers up 5-3. Both teams have shown flashes of brilliance. They have different ways of making things work. The Panthers in this period have controlled things. 2 goals already. Jake Fountain now hustling up the near side in front of the benches. Gets knocked off the puck, but the Panthers still battle for it. They're going to have to wait to enter here as they look to get their man back on side. Nick Breen does a nice job to finally hustle back, but McFarland controls in their defensive end. Tap to the point. Matt Rush will hold it. Flips it up off the glass and finds Breen beneath the goal line. Sam Muller to Breen again. Now stripped away by Chase Quell of McFarland. Along the wall, but the Panthers hold it there and tap it back along towards the referee. Fountain in the corner, looking to move it through. Breen puts a shoulder on as the puck gets knocked behind the cage, and McFarland up the near end. Rush there, a nice job to step up from his defensive position. Bodies go to the ice. The puck's still loose as Rush fighting for it with one hand on his stick. At the point, a nice hold by Jake Fountain, who had taken over for defense as Matt Rush went down low in the zone. 9:47 to play in this game. Panthers still up 2. Strassman knocks it in, but the Panthers have a delayed offsides, and that'll allow Max Binger to hustle it forward. Binger's got a little bit of speed to the faceoff dot, tries to cut in the middle. Oh boy, spins hard into the net. He puts his back right on that near post, Gets up, though, and looks all right. That was a tough spill as he tried to cut around the corner.
It is. One of the things when you're a forward and you're coming in with that much speed and you try and turn, you almost go back on the heel of your skate to try and pivot yourself and slow down, and his leg just went out and he spun. Definitely not a trip or a hit there, just a hard way to go into the cage.
Looks okay, though, as he gets over to the bench, so glad to see he didn't suffer any injury on the play. We'll stay at 5-on-5 with 9:34 to play in this game. Panthers win the draw into their own zone. What a backhander pass from Schultz, and then the one touch. Here comes Oregon moving forward. Pat McCormick dumps into the zone as Strassman gives chase. Strassman around the corner, able to come up with it, wraps into the center, but the Spartans grab it away. Bartson, near side for McFarland. Working on Gage Shiljan. Shiljan knocks it away with the skate blade. Just makes it look easy. Quick low angle shot that time from Jack McGinn, but nothing doing. And now Shiljan skating it away. He's got McCormick across from him. Gage Shiljan, near side, drags through traffic. 3 men on him, and he's up on the back of Jack McGinn. Carried a little bit of a distance there. Now Schultz tries to rifle one in, and stepping up is Colton Ayers. Feed into center and can't quite redirect it. Is Pat McCormick. In through the middle of the ice, and Jack McGinn there. He'll just dump it and give his team a change. Boy, how about Gage Shiljan just getting ridden up on the back of the McFarland player?
Yeah, Bruno's trying to separate the body from the puck, but he's not. He's just kind of pushing him forward, and again, they almost broke through 3 players to get a shot on net. McFarland's got to do a better job of separating player from puck.
Speaking of, Roscoe's just fighting his way through the whole team. Now finds a Rose in front of the Zamboni door. Feed to Roscoe's in center, knocked away by the Spartans. And the Spartans look to move it ahead. Got a little speed here, and it's Max Binger along with Pomeranic. Binger's shot is deflected away by the closed legs of Parker Schmidt. Out of play. We'll get a face-off in the Oregon zone.
One thing, if you're the coach of McFarland, you're worried about is your players trying to force plays, trying to just get it up forward and get a shot on net when they have time to take a few breaths, move that puck to a safe spot, get a couple passes, look for a rebound. You don't want players to try and carry everything on their own.
8:14 to go in this game. The Panthers lead 5-3. Face off in their zone. They win it briefly. McFarland knocks it clear, but the Panthers regrab. Roscoe's up the wall to a Rose. Battle in the corner. Rush steps in to help a Rose as well. Panthers still battling. They send it behind the cage, and it'll be Parker Schmidt to take it. Turns it around the other way, and a Rose will grab it there. Laszlo up off the glass into center ice. Immediately sent back in by McFarland. Arose to Roscoe. He takes a shot in the back. Nice poke, though, coming in from a sliding Arose and doesn't allow McFarland to get it in. Arose and Roscoe get a change. McFarland working with it near their own zone. Now there's a bad giveaway to Drew Reynolds. And following it up will be Franken. Franken blocks the shot on the clearing attempt, and here's Reynolds. Low angle as he goes behind the net. Flips it in front. A quick shot. No there. And that one cleared out. If that comes on net, it's not icing. It doesn't quite make the net. Hunter Newton doing a great job to cover up the goal, but let it go by. Icing the call. And the Panthers get a face-off in the McFarland zone.
Spartans have to be a little crisper on their passing. They're telegraphing it a little bit, not putting enough on it to really get good movement forward. And that's what happened on that breakout, where they moved it backwards a bit, but it was a slow pass, and Oregon was able to intercept and move.
7-20 to play in this game. Panthers up 5-3. McFarland controls in their defensive zone. Here's Simeon Pomeranic moving it up the near side. Taps that ahead to Lenher. Battle at the point. It does come out of the zone, but the Panthers still fight for it. Reynolds working along with Ben Wiedholz, and it's Wiedholz at center ice. Drops that one in, and he'll stay on the ice. Tucker Jarrett stops it up. Little confusion there right in front of the goal, but McFarland able to get it away. Looking for a long pass. Instead, they miss the intended target of Lenher. Gage Shiljan skates it out of the Oregon slot. Shiljan up off the glass, stops up to avoid the hit, and McFarland regains control in their defensive zone. Spartans coming ahead. Pomeranic moving through center ice. Tapped off his tape. Keeps in the zone, though. Panthers working defensively, and they knock it clear. Neither team establishing possessions yet on this run of play. Both teams just kind of battling over it. Nobody's had a good chance at it. Reaching a stick in there was Tyson Locks of McFarland. Gage Shiljan sends it around, this time up to Caden Peterson. Peterson trying to work it to Nick Breen. They both fight for it in that near side wall. 6:06 to play. Breen getting shoved up pretty hard against the wall. The Panthers able to come away with the puck. Gage Shiljan up off the wall and into center ice. Tap it across to Pomeranic. His pass finds its target in Tyson Locks, who dumps it in behind the Oregon cage. Matt Rush being tracked as he heads into the corner, taps it behind the net. McFarland's got it there, sends into center. They're able to take the puck, turn it around, fire a shot, and a glove save. Bryce Fleming put that one in. Not sure if it was headed on net or not, but either way, good stop from Newton, good choice to settle it down.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go wide, but again, as a goaltender, you want to try and stop that puck anytime you can. And right now, Oregon seems to be falling back. They're not nearly as aggressive going forward as we've seen. They've got 3 bodies back, which can be helpful, but in that case, there was a lot of traffic in front of Newton, and that's what you want to avoid. Let him see the puck all the way.
Panthers definitely have shifted into a more defensive look, which we don't usually see from Oregon. They like to play aggressive, but they're, I think, given respect to the breakouts they've seen from McFarland and looking to avoid situations where they feel like they have to take a penalty because McFarland gets behind them. So hanging back, a little more defensive form, protecting that 5-3 lead. A long pass from McFarland goes by, hand up for icing, and that is the call. We'll take the faceoff back to their zone on the other side.
Yeah, you don't want to give McFarland any room out there because they've shown that if you give them that room, they're going to exploit it. They can move in and take good shots from high percentage areas. And right now, Oregon playing a little bit back and smart is the best way to kind of run this clock out in this third period.
5:21 to go in the game. Great to see all the fans here. Big contingent from McFarland. A lot of Oregon fans. Student section is here, and they are on their feet. And a lot of fans all around the arena kind of wrapping the glass. 5-3 Oregon lead as the puck remains in the McFarland zone. Wind and a quick shot. It's loose on the side. No goal is the call. I don't think the official saw that the goalie, Tucker Jarrett, had not stopped it. The blast from Sam Muller gets through but doesn't cross the goal line. And that is the call.
I think there was a whistle right before that. The other ref was watching it. It was right on the blue line point here and just saw it going. But that one could have gone a little bit deeper.
Oh, boy, what a shot. And it does make it through, but it does not cross the end line. And so no goal. Still a 5-3 game with 5:09 to play here in the third and final period. Panthers battling in the corner of the McFarland zone. Puck is trapped. We hear the referees calling, get it loose, boys. And they do just that. This puck ends up in the Oregon zone. Matt Rush tracking it. Loses that one off the breezers, and here's Banzer. Knocked away, second shot, and a score. And that is what you hate to see. Coming up with that one was number 10, Grant Newcomer. He got the assist from Jack Bartson, and it just kind of, it hit Rush, and he didn't see where it was. Bartson able to exploit that, take it away, get it to Newcomer, and they get the score.
That's what I was talking about. When you have 3 bodies back and you've got a lot of people in front, that puck may hit people and bounce in weird ways. And when it does, you're able to sink something like that. So that's just good, solid work from McFarland to try and get it in deep. And again, we need to see good communication coming from the defensive bodies that are out there for Oregon. Nothing Hunter Newton could have done on that one. That was pretty much just a weird bounce. But again, McFarland is right back in this game.
It's a tight one. 4:40 to play in this game. It's a 5-4 Panther lead. Here's Zach Roscoe's giving it to Franken. Franken's return pass is intercepted by McFarland. McFarland moving it ahead. Good job by Schultz to get in front of that one. Check up by Franken, and the Panthers pursue. Puck drop behind the end line. Sent around towards the point. Schultz can't quite hold it, and now Roscoe's having to stride after it. He takes it away from the Spartans. Tries to move it by, but the Spartans pick off that pass. Now Schultz lifts it over towards the opposite point. That'll force the Spartans to get back out into neutral ice. 4:10 to play in this game as they tap it in. Hogan Schultz once again across to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan looking for the pass, finds Schultz on the other end. Schultz now finding Franken, trying to get the breakout here as the Panthers get a little change. Franken pushed up against the wall, and it's taken by Pomeranning of the Spartans. Pomeranning's quick shot and another great glove save. We've seen Newton flash that leather all night. He has been solid with the glove.
Yeah, and I think what McFarland is really going to like getting a face-off at this point because they want to try and set something up in their zone. They've looked pretty good on face-offs here lately, trying to generate those shots. Would not be surprised if about the minute 45 mark, they pull Jarrett from the end here to try and get that extra attacker.
3:52 left in this game. Panthers with a 1-goal lead, up 5-4 here in the third period. Puck is knocked behind the Panthers' cage on the faceoff. Pass goes a little long. They try and take a shot in. It bangs off a couple sticks but doesn't get through. Turnaround shot doesn't make it to the cage and is sticked away by Hunter Newton. Panthers control. Pass through center. A little dangerous living there, and that is going to be offsides. Yeah, I thought I saw some white there, and indeed the linesman did as well. Offsides the call. We'll take a neutralized faceoff.
Just a bit across the line, but again, McFarland is really getting opportunistic anytime they can try and get a stick on the puck there, they're trying to get to open spots on the ice. Oregon's got to do a better job of controlling it off a faceoff and getting it out of their zone.
3:36 to play in this game. It's Matt Rush able to just get enough on that one. Strassman tries to send it out, but the Spartans hold into center, and it's taken there by Pat McCormick. McCormick flips it a little lightly, but it does get by, and now Strassman in a foot race. Getting there first is Winky. Winky to newcomer, a one-touch pass, and it's a little bit strong for Binger. Off the shin pads, though, and they keep it moving. Now Strassman dumps this one into the corner. He'll give a chase as his team gets a change. Strassman always hard going into those corners, and he delivers a huge shot. A Rose strips the puck. Roscoe's follows. Takes a shot, misses just wide to the right. And that puck on the wall, Strassman gets dumped from behind. And I think that might have been a little bit of retaliation for Strassman's hit over there in the corner.
Yeah, Oregon was shaking their head, wondering why there wasn't a call there. And you can definitely see the argument. There were a couple bad passes from the Spartans there that could have been picked off by Oregon and almost were.
And we've got the referees having a discussion here. He's going to head over to the Oregon bench, and I think Coach is going to want to give an explanation. Larry Clemens, in his first season here with the Oregon Panthers, been a goalie coach around town for at least 15 years here. First time head coaching at the varsity level, asking a little bit about the Strassman interaction. Satisfied with what he hears from the official, and we'll stay at 5-on-5. 2:48 to play in the third and final period. Panthers up 5-4 in an outstanding Badger South home opener. Here's Zach Roscoe's. Roscoe's low angle pass goes through, but nobody on that opposite side. A Rose putting pressure on. Puck on the near side. Shiljan steps up, fires one down. What a job by Pomerenning to block that shot with the stick. Spartans move ahead, but there's Shiljan once again. High off the glass, gives a Rose a chance to follow. Pomerenning, good spin around move, and turns it to Deschambeau. Moving into the zone. This one taken by Thor Roston. Haven't seen much of Roston tonight, but he's getting into it at the end of the game with 2:20 to play. In the corner, battling on Roscoe's. The Panthers able to break it free to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan, a great backhanded pass off the wall, gets it back from Franken. Tap ahead to Roscoe's. The captain moving on the right side. Tries to get through traffic, can't do it, and the Spartans clear. Panthers holding that rush, and that's going to be too many men on the ice. I saw it coming. You were holding up your fingers. The Panthers trying to get a big change, but as the puck comes by and Matt Rush plays it, that's going to be a bench minor for too many men.
I would not be surprised if McFarland didn't pass it over that way on purpose. There were so many players right out front of the bench that it was very confusing. And there had 7 bodies out there. All the skates were on the ice, and when that player touched it, you end up with too many. So either a very smart play by McFarland or just bad luck for Oregon. And here you are with 2:04 left in the third period. You're down by 1. McFarland's power play has been ridiculously effective. And now you're going to give them a chance to possibly tie this game with 2 minutes left. So it's smart time for a timeout right now.
Pat McCormick will serve that penalty. Coach Larry Clemens is pointing over at the McFarland bench. I'm not sure.
I think they called it who called the timeout.
Right. So at any rate, we do have a timeout. So both teams head to their bench. They'll take 60 seconds here. Oh boy, this is an exciting finish. Panthers went straight up 5-3 early in that period. They scored the first goal a minute and 21 seconds in. They scored the second goal less than 4 minutes in. Up 5-3, now with 2:04 to go. They're facing a power play up only 1. The Spartans goal came at 4:46 later on in this period. This is a tight one between two good teams that are both pushing hard for this win.
It really is, and this period really was carried by Oregon after that huge save from Hunter Newton on the power play, on the penalty kill, making a big save there. And after that, Oregon was able to bury a couple goals. But McFarland has not given up. They're a gritty team. They have a lot of confidence out there, and they're also dangerous on a man advantage. And here the question is, do you pull Jarrett at about the minute mark with 1 body up, knowing that Oregon can ice the puck, which is a huge help for them in killing this penalty off?
And as we look at the stats here, my unofficial stats, if I'm calculating this right, McFarland 2 of 5 tonight on the power play. So they're facing their sixth opportunity. They could go 50% on the power play tonight if they can get a score. For the Panthers, they have gone 1 of 3 on the power play, and I'm counting that 6-on-5 goal as a power play goal there. I'm not sure how the official statisticians would do it, but either way, both teams have taken advantage of the other team's mistakes. McFarland twice, Oregon once. Now with a 1-goal game, Oregon ends up with a too many men penalty, and you had mentioned it earlier how they were living a little dangerously on those line changes. It burns them here. They've got 2 minutes in a 2-minute and 4-second time left to kill off. We've got to see the best penalty kill that Oregon can offer.
Absolutely, and your best penalty killer always is your goalie. And Newton has been really solid down there. He's staying loose. Again, ridiculously flexible, strong, tracks the puck really well. But he has to be your best penalty killer. You want to try and limit any traffic that is out in front of him. So if you're the defense for Oregon, you want to keep that puck movement to the outside. Anytime it starts to collapse in and you've got rebounds right in between the hash marks to the crease, you need to make sure you've got an empty stick there to move that puck out of there. So this is really going to come down to making sure that Hunter Newton can see that puck coming in and is able to cover, or you're able to get a clear.
Schultz, Franken, Roscos, and Shiljan on the penalty kill for the Panthers. Held by Pomeranning, center point, quick shot. Puck is loose. Hunter Newton did not see it, but he had it between his big pads, and he makes the stop. Boy, we have seen that time and again from him. He has instincts for goaltending. He deploys them there, makes a great save.
Absolutely, and even looked like he was going to give up on a rebound, but was able to close it tight before that shot came in.
Newcomer versus Roscos. Newcomer wins it. It's Pomeranning, center point. Drops that one off. Max Binger, near side for the Spartans. Sends it down. Spartans with a 5-on-4 advantage. Try to send a shot in. That's off the legs of Roscos. Quick shot coming. Great save from Newton. And now the Panthers will clear it out. Minute 35 on the power play. Minute 37 in the game. Just a 4-second difference between the power play and the game clock. 5-4 Oregon lead in this third and final period. Grant Newcomer near side of the Panther zone. Stops up, looks for his teammates. Binger at the point, back to Newcomer. Collapse down on Newcomer. Loose puck cleared out by Gage Shiljan. And that one actually goes through the legs of Tucker Jarrett. And here comes Matt Strassman. Strassman putting some pressure on, following along. Brought forward by Simeon Pomeranning. Pomeranning across the blue line. Fires off of Shiljan's outside leg, and Newton gets the cover. And a little bit of pushing and shoving. Shiljan after the play, not happy that he took a little shove into the goal, but the referees quickly separate. No harm done.
Yeah, and you got to watch, too, because Jared was making his move for the bench and is in there. So now it's
excuse me, I'm sorry. I think we might be getting a penalty against Simeon Pomeranning. I see the linesman scale him over. Head contact is the call. So Simeon Pomeranning guilty of head contact, and that's going to send the face-off down to the McFarland zone, and we're going to be 4-on-4 for essentially the remainder of this game.
And that's one of those mental mistakes, and it was a weird puck bounce off the glass towards the goal, and I think everybody kind of made contact back there. The head contact is something the refs have to call. It's the smart way. We want to keep everybody safe. I don't think it was intentional, but either way, you make any head contact, you're going to end up in the box.
So the Panthers get a break, and with 1:03 to go, it's 4-on-4 hockey. They lead 5-4. Face-off in the McFarland zone. Wide open. Laszlo Rose. Hash marks. Shot. Score! And Laszlo Rose walks it in and buries the goal. Makes it 6-4 Oregon.
He had all day to walk that puck in. Absolutely all day looking for his shot and was able to take it. Rose has shown that he can not only do it on the pass, but he's going to be able to do it on the shot. And that really kind of puts a dagger deep into McFarland's hope to kind of tie this up towards the end.
That is a heartbreaker for the Spartans. They've played a great one, but Rose does his best to close the door there. We still have 56 seconds to play, though, and it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for 52 of those seconds. Panthers win the draw. Send to Strassman. One-touch pass. Colton Ayers to the hash marks. He misses just wide of the cage, and the Spartans send it up the right side wall. Hogan Schultz getting his legs in there, and he hangs this one into the McFarland zone, not letting them clear it out. Matthew Miller for the Spartans moves it ahead. Ayers fires it down. A dangerous kind of change in speed there, but a good save from Jarrett. Strassman finds wide open Schultz. His shot is blocked by the knee of Jack McGinn. Shiljan tries another shot. That's blocked as well, but he hangs on to the puck with 24 seconds to go. Down to Colton Ayers. It's past his stick blade and along the rear wall. Taken there by Matthew Miller of McFarland. Miller gets the outlet pass ahead to Tyson Locks. Locks, shouldered by Shiljan. Doesn't let him get to the goal. The puck down there with 9 seconds to play. Walking it forward is McFarland. Poked off the tape. One last chance. Tyson Locks takes a shot. It's high, and with 2 seconds to go, that will end it. And the Panthers
don't know how I feel about the horn.
in an exciting home opener, the Panthers take home the win 6-4 over Badger South Conference opponents, McFarland Spartans. They do it in style. Laszlo Arose ices it with the final insurance goal, and the Panthers improve to 3-2 on the season.
That was an impressive outing from Oregon tonight. They played well. They played with a lot of heart. It was a little bumpy there for probably, I'd say, about half the game, but they really started to find their chemistry as that third period went on, and they walk away with a very impressive win.
Very impressive win, and a win they can build on, I think. They went through some struggles in this game. They took some penalties they would have rather not taken. McFarland did a great job of capitalizing on that, stayed in a game where it felt like at times Oregon was maybe just about to run away with it. McFarland wouldn't let them get away. They kept clawing and scratching, but in the end, Oregon holds together, gets the goals they need, and gets the win. Great job in the home opener.
This is a much improved McFarland team from last season. They have an awful lot of weapons out there. They really showed just what they're made of, and again, a very, very good game from McFarland. Oregon was just able to capitalize on a couple more of the mistakes that were made out there. A great game for each team, and each team can be proud with the way they played tonight.
Absolutely. Alrighty, just before we get going here, Dan, 1 star from each team. Who do you like?
Boy, for McFarland, I got to go with Binger. He was, right from the beginning of the game, he was everywhere. He was burying pucks, he was setting up plays, he was putting bodies on. That's what you want to see. And I'm really torn for Oregon, and I knew who I was going to pick going in, but in that third period it changed. I've got to give it to Hunter Newton. He carried that team in that third period with a huge momentum-changing save during that power play, and stood on his head multiple times after that. So I've got to go with Hunter Newton.
Excellent. For myself, for McFarland, I'm going to go with Jack Bartson, number 21. He had their first goal at 15:49 in the second. He assisted on their third goal at 15 seconds left in the second, and he assisted on their 4-on-4 goal to make it a 5-4 game, really make it interesting at the end of this game. He was just all over the place with the puck. Really good puck handling, taking good shots, good work with his teammates. I thought Bartson was fantastic. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with a new face in Adam Franken. Franken had the Panthers' second goal, the 4-on-4 goal at 10:26 in the first period. He got an assist at 15:39 in the third period, and then he got another 4-on-4 goal at 13:13 in the third period. Great outing from the young man, his first year on varsity. There's a lot of offensive talent on this team, and there's a lot of defensive talent. I want to talk about Hogan Schultz a little bit and give him kind of an honorable mention. Made some mistakes, had some trouble. He's a new guy, he's learning the position, but you saw some really brilliant plays from him, some really solid defensive play, and to go with Matt Rush and Gage Shiljan to have a third guy that you can count on, I think that's huge for this Panther team.
Absolutely. Schultz did great out there. He shows he likes to activate. He shows he can get involved in an offensive rush. The mistake is made when you're not having somebody bail you out. So definitely good signs from Schultz that we see there, and that was impressive. I also have to just talk about Arose. I mean, he started almost everything, whether it's the backhand passes that were coming out, setting up the first 2 goals that Oregon had, or his finishes that he put out there. There's a lot that the Oregon Panthers can be very happy with in their roster, the lines that they played. And again, it was a win to be proud of.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us, folks, the Panthers defeat the McFarland Spartans 6-4 in their home opener in this season. They improved to 3-2 so far on the year. Our next game for hockey will be December 14th. Check ocamedia.com for our schedules for other sports. We're covering basketball, hockey, and whatever else we can get our hands on. Thank you so much for joining us. For our cameraman and producer, Sam Bergman, my partner, Dan Graychuk. My name is Zach Seeloff saying so long. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. Good night, everybody.